calling, good. I heard the gong all morning long, appointments being made. You guys are on fire right now. The market seems to be picking up, more so than it was, let's say, 90 days ago. And I anticipate it from a layman's perspective. I think this should be going for the balance of the year. The issue is that bottom line is you're going to have to talk to more people, see more people, make more presentations. It's just the kind of market it is. We're running into situations, and we're, we've talked about this over a while. In 2007, 8, and 9, a lot of people left the marketplace. And it was professional real estate agents working with buyers and sellers to help them get into the properties. What we're running into now, and I hear this too often, is we're running into nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles that just got their real estate license or got back into the market, okay? It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Not impossible, but difficult to compete with that kind of a situation, all right? Which means that a percentage of the market is being moved out. I don't know if it's 5% or 8% or 3%. I don't know what the number is, but it's a percentage. And when that percentage comes out of the market, it simply means that you're going to have to talk to more buyers and more sellers to get your deal, all right? So here's the thing. If you're doing the same activities this year so far as you did last year at the same time, truth is, you're behind the 8 ball. You're not going to be doing the numbers that you want to do. I wish it was different. I wish I could wave this wonderful magic wand and shh, and all of you would get all the listings and sales that you needed to get, all right? It doesn't work that way. However, what I see through the coaching and work that we do with you individually and collectively is that those of you that are doing the activities, doing the things that you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, you're getting business, you're getting more business, and deals are getting done. So congratulations, and stay focused with that. What we're going to talk about here this morning is from the book, Talent is Overrated. Okay? From the book, Talent is Overrated. And what really separates world-class performers from everyone else. So the deal is, you see people who seem to be naturally talented. They get the listings, they get the sales. Those are the kinds of things that happen. And at some level, that's true. Okay? There's this natural ability that some of us have. Then there's people like myself who don't have these natural abilities, but what we do is we learn our scripts, we learn our dialogues, we role play, we door knock, we phone canvas, etc., and we rise up. And we rise up in such a way that outperforms and outshines the other competitors. The problem with natural talent, the good news is you have natural talent. Some people do. The bad news is they have natural talent. Why?
They don't use it.
Well, they use it, and they're naturally talented to a level. It's easy for them to get a couple of listings. It's easy for them to get a couple sales. And they could get 4 or 8 or 9 deals. Maybe they could do that for the year. But when it comes to 12 or 15 or 18, they make just enough money to be what? Frustrated. Frustrated. You have the natural ability to get to here, and if you don't do anything, practice, drill, and rehearse, work on your skills, work on your goals, work on your focus. If you don't do that, then you can't get above that level, and you always feel like there's a ceiling. There's like this little ceiling that you keep bumping your head against. And that's because you're focusing in on the talent. So talent the book says talent has little or nothing to do with greatness. Write that down. Talent has little or nothing to do with greatness. Now, talent will get you here, but it won't get you there. All right? I mean, in sports, there's a lot of talented people. They can dribble the ball, throw the ball, run with speed, but they don't have the focus, the determination, the grit that it takes to get through. So talent has little or nothing to do with greatness, okay? So what it says is, with practice, you can usually beat most talented people. Because most talented people, naturally talented people, rise to a top level. And they don't go much further. It's when you practice through that, and you do the scripts, the dialogues, or if you're an athlete, you're running, you get up a little extra early, you stay up a little bit later. And we want to go a little bit further. This is what the book is describing. It's not just practice. Write this down. It's deliberate practice. Deliberate practice. So what they mean by deliberate practice, it's practice that's focused, it's practice that's intense, and it's practice that's goal-oriented. It's practice where you're setting an objective, and every time you practice, you're charting it, working to get a little bit better. How many doors am I knocking? Can I walk a little bit faster? Can I get a little bit more out of the conversation? Can I be a little more in tune? You know what I'm talking about? When you go door knocking, and you're really in tune with what's happening and what's going on in the marketplace, and you did a little bit of research before you got out there, when you have a conversation with the sellers and you know what's happening in the marketplace, you start to connect with the sellers, correct? And when you haven't practiced and you haven't reviewed and you don't know what's going on out in the marketplace, you don't get that same feeling, you don't make the same connection, and you wonder why your Friday didn't give you the same results this Friday. So they refer to it, when they use this example, it really helped me. I hope it helps you. In golf, at the end of your practice, if you go out and hit 300 golf balls, anyone here golf? Okay, 3 of you. Okay, good. Good job. So if you go out and hit golf balls and you hit 300 golf balls, then you have, and you're hitting these golf balls. The focus here is hitting the golf ball within 20 feet of your goal. Not just hitting the golf ball. Think about you're just swinging the golf club and you hit 300 balls, and you do that, and it takes whatever time it takes, okay? And you do that and you just hit the ball. Hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. That's practice, right? Say yes. Yes. But deliberate practice is now taking those same 300 golf balls and shooting for the pin out there at, let's say, 150 or 200 yards, and taking whatever number golf club, because I don't practice, whatever number golf club, and getting within 80% of the 300, getting it within 20 feet of the pin. That's deliberate practice. You guys get that?
Yes.
Okay? So when you take a script, you focus on making sure that the first line or two of the script is presented. That's why what we do in the advanced script class. We make sure that you get that line presented at the highest level, focused every single time, so that you get the same result. Get it? Yes. Deliberate practice. Okay? So it says here that researchers have found that practice time and achievement are inseparable. Practice time, the amount of time we practice, and achievement, what we're doing and achieving, are inseparable. And he did a study on 20-year-old violinists. It's an interesting study. And he said, and what he did was, he went and studied these 20-year-old violinists, and he found the best group of violinists, the best of the best out of these 100 violinists, on average, had, write this down, 10,000 hours of practice. 10,000 hours of practice. The next group averaged about 7,500. They were good, but they weren't great. They averaged about 7,500 hours. And the next group averaged about 5,000 hours. And they were also okay, but they weren't good, and they certainly weren't great. So with that thought, how many hours of practice do you put in a day in your career? How many hours a week do you put in to your career? How much money can we make annually in this business? What's possible? It's unlimited. But what? A couple 100,000, 300,000, 500,000, 150, a million? We have agents in our company that are in all of those ranges. We have agents in our company that earn on average in excess of $150,000 a year, and we have agents in our company that earn in excess of $200,000 a year. And we have agents in our company that are starting out, that are earning $50,000, $75,000, $150,000 a year. What's the difference between these agents? Sorry?
Practice.
Practice, okay. What'd you say? Experience. Can we say experience is practice or practice is experience? Can we say that? Can we cross that line? Okay. All right. So we have practice. Now, what's the one thing, here it comes, you guys. What's the one thing I can't teach you?
Discipline?
Deliberate.
No.
Desire.
I can't teach desire. That's got to come from within. But of the things that are teachable, okay? Experience. I cannot teach you. I could teach you to write a contract. I could teach you what to say and how to say it. Okay? I could teach you all the different things, but I cannot teach you experience. Where do you get the experience? You get the experience by, it's a P word. Practice, but what else is it? A little purposeful, practice, prospecting, another P word. Previewing. Previewing. Say it together. Previewing. It's been my experience. The difference, when you look around at superstar agents, legend agents, agents that do $1.5 million a year, every year, year in and year out, tend to have the same qualities. One of them is they've seen a lot of what? Property. And some of them over a decent amount of years. So either you have to be in the business for 20 years and see a few thousand properties, or go see a few thousand properties and circumvent the time component of that experience. Are you guys with me on this?
Yes.
I can't seem to communicate at a high enough level to you yet. I'll get there. I figure I got another 40 years left. Okay? But I'm going to be up here saying, okay, we're previewing today. I told you last week about Kate, who had shared with me that in her first 12 months, in a completely foreign environment to her. Completely foreign environment. She came from Detroit to the West Coast, no friends, no family, nothing, just came. She had a couple years of experience of selling houses in Detroit, got some knowledge of writing contracts, but contracts are different in Michigan than they are here in California. Driving's different. They have snow, we don't. Okay, we have sun, they don't. But she did take on a few of the things we asked for, but really took on in a big way. She saw 1,000 properties in 12 months. 1,000 properties. She feels there's not a neighborhood in the general area that she works that she doesn't know. And yet, some of us don't know those areas. Now, she didn't grow up in the streets. She didn't grow up in those neighborhoods. She had to learn it one way. So you guys getting the drift here? There's a way to really do this and really make some money. So I wrote down here, every hour you put in over 40, either on your job or on yourself, is an investment in your success and your future. The first 40 hours pays the bills. Write that down. The first 40 hours pays the bills. The next 10 starts to make you rich. The first 40 hours pays the bills. The next 10 hours starts to make you rich. I wrote down here, the harder you work, the luckier you get. The harder you work, the luckier you get. You've heard that old cliche, right? It's true. The harder you work, the luckier you get. I'm watching it within this room right here. Those of you that are working the program, and no one is 100%. No one. Not 100% of the time, not 100% of the activities. Bless you. See, it's the truth, my mother would say. My mother would say that. God bless her. No one works at 100%. No one. But if you do it, if you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it at a certain level, you're going to get success. And again, some a little bit more than others, because there is a little bit of that natural talent factor involved there. But you can push the natural talent away, and it goes away when the when the skills kick in, when the experience kicks in. I wrote down here, to achieve more than the average person, you must work longer and harder than the average person. It's a tougher job this year. If you made $100,000 last year and you did it in X number of hours a week, you put in the same number of hours, you will make something less this year. That's just what's happening. And it's frustrating you. It's driving you nuts, because in your mind you're thinking, I shouldn't have to be doing all of this. I did that last year and it should compound it. And it's not. And it's frustrating you. Get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. To achieve more than the average person, you must work longer and harder than the average person. I wrote down, if you always do more than you're paid for, you will always be paid more than you're getting now. You want to? I will. If you always do more than you're paid for, you will always be paid more than you're getting now. If anything is the secret to my success, circle that. My job for the last 40 years is to figure out how to deliver more than you're expecting, as often as I possibly can. It's not perfect. I don't do it every day in every way. But look at this. I'm still out there trying to figure out how to help you get to your next level. I don't know if you really realize this or not. I don't need to do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. I want to do that. I love doing that. I enjoy doing that. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. But I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm okay with it, but meet me halfway. Or meet me a quarter of the way. Meet me on the road somewhere. But that's what we're doing. If you always do more than you're paid for, you'll always be paid more than you're getting now. And then I wrote down the only way you can be paid more is by adding greater value to the work and by achieving more and better results. And you get more and better results by doing more and better activities every day. We talk about upgrade everything. We upgraded this. We've upgraded all of our offices, all of our systems, all the things that we do. The people, the staff, the organization. We're working on doing that all the time. We do that with and for you. I've encouraged some of you to upgrade, how you dress, the suits you wear, the things you go on. And I have to tell you, the success has been phenomenal. For some of you have taken that in and gone out and got yourself a nice dress or a better suit, nicer suit, newer suit, maybe not even more expensive, just newer, something like that. And just upgrading it slightly, little nicer car, cleaner car. Upgrade your environment, upgrade yourself. You feel better about yourself than when you go on the appointment. You feel better. Telling you, there are listings and sales in this company over $1 million because of that attitude. And it was done deliberately. It was a specific plan. I need to do this, I'll do that, I can do this, I'm going to go here, and ending up with a nice listing because they feel really good about themselves. Do you guys get that? Yep. Okay? The only way you can be paid more is by adding greater value to the work and achieving more and better results. I wrote down here, great performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. Painstaking preparation. What do I mean? Do your pre-listing package. Get it done. Get it complete. Have it ready to go. If you don't need it today, so be it. But work on getting an appointment today or tomorrow so that you can have it. It's prepared. It's ready to go. It's nice. It's quality. It goes out. Make sure that that's done. Anticipate that you're going to be going out. So you make one for a $400,000 house and you make one for $1 million house. Make two. Make them nice. Okay? Be prepared. Be prepared. We work on these scripts and dialogues. And we have you work on, I have a friend in the business as an example. And we teach you how to handle, I have a friend in the business. And maybe you don't get the objection, I have a friend in the business, until your third or fourth or fifth listing presentation, and then somebody says, I have a friend in the business. If you were not practiced for that objection, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Then you'd come running back here and say, and you'd lose the listing, because you didn't know how to handle it. And you'd say, okay, how do I fix it? How do I handle it? Okay, let me just share a thought with you. You will get that objection. They do have a friend in the business, and they're going to tell you. Learn it. Let me give you another one. They're going to want you to cut the commission. It's true. It's true. They're going to say, will you cut the commission? And you're going to say... Any other questions? Right. I hope you say that. I truly hope you say that. Or it's the other script is, well, what'd you have in mind? We don't know. We don't know what to say and how to say it. We're going to run into that stuff. Anticipate that stuff. Great performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. All of the people in sports do the same thing. They practice. One race at the Olympics that lasts, I don't know, what's a 50-yard dash? How long does it take? 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 3 seconds? 50-yard dash. For 4 years. 4 years they've been practicing this 50-yard dash for a 4-second run. Think about that. Every day, every week, every month, every day, for 4 years until that day comes. Great performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. And then I wrote down here, ignore those who discourage you. Ignore those who discourage you. Remember, when you're not working to improve, your competition is. When you're not working to improve, your competition is. I wrote down here, talent is God-given, be humble. Fame is man-given, be thankful. And conceit is self-given. Be careful. Do what has to be done, when it has to be done, and as well as it has to be done. And success in this life is 85% attitude and 15% what you know. 85% attitude and 15% of what you know. What's more important, what you know or attitude? Now this is what you have to do. This is the focus. This is the consistency. Take all of this, put it together, and go out and get those listings. The business is there. People want to buy. People want to sell. Your job is to get in the middle of the transaction, help them out, get them what they want so you can get what you want. Have a powerful day. Thank you.